Welcome back. Now, the United Nations Oceans Conference wraps up today at the United Nations headquarters in New York. The goal of the week-long event was to be the driving force to reverse the decline in the health of our oceans for people, planet, and prosperity. For more insight on the conference, viewers Margaret Besheer joins us live from the United Nations. Hello, Margaret.
Hey, Vincent.
Now, what happened this week at the Ocean Conference, the whole week?
Well, I got bad news for you, Vincent. Our oceans are sick, and we, mankind, we're making them sick, and we need to stop. And so let me tell you what's poisoning the ocean. It's things like plastic forks and knives, drinking straws, and plastic bags that we get at the supermarket and other places like that. And these are ending up in the ocean, and more than 8 million tons of this junk is making the ocean sick. And then guess what happens? Fish ingest it, seabirds choke on it, mammals swallow it and die, and it breaks down, it stays in the ecosystem for ages, and then it becomes teeny tiny, and even plankton can eat the plastic. And so what happens then? We eat the fish that have eaten the plastic. So it's bad all around. But there's good news. The good news is if we stop, using plastic beverage bottles and switch to reusable ones, if we recycle, if we take measures like that on an individual level as well as on a national level, on a larger scale, we can prevent this damage to the oceans from continuing. Because right now they're saying by 2050 there'll be more plastic in the ocean than fish. So think about that.
Margaret, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, but the good news is people and governments are taking steps to rectify this problem already. So, for instance, Kenya, 1,400 kilometers of coastline off of Kenya, 500 kilometers of coral reefs. In February, the government in Kenya took the step of banning plastic bags. So, it didn't happen overnight. It's not happening overnight, but they're making the effort. They're taking the step. They're trying to get this out of their environment. And other countries are doing similar things. Yep. Other countries are seeing it makes good economic sense to clean up their beaches, especially if they have a big tourism industry. So there's a lot of action going on that here, and we had what they call a call to action, a document, an outcome document here today, more than 1,000 voluntary commitments from governments, civil society, academia, scientists on ways we can fix the oceans.
Very quickly, are all countries in agreement on the need to take those actions, or do you find that perhaps those ones that have a longer coastline or small islands are more passionate about those issues?
Certainly, we're seeing a huge presence here by Pacific Island nations. The majority of the region of the world is water, and their islands are just 2% of the land. So definitely the Pacific region, Asia is one of the biggest polluters, so they are stepping up and taking responsibility. But there is a general international consensus that we need to take this in hand, because we get oxygen, half of our oxygen from the ocean. So we've got to take care of the oceans, for the oceans to take care of us.
Indeed we do, and now you make me feel bad. I use plastic and I love fish.
That's right. Go get your reusable bottle. Don't get your reusable shopping bag. You got to take small steps.
Every one of us. Margaret, thank you very much. That's viewers, UN correspondent Margaret Besheer reporting live from New York.